Okay, guys, well, today's lesson, we're going to be talking about multiplying mixed numbers. But first, let's do a review problem from Monday. Let's talk about area one more time. How do I find area? Area equals what? Length times width. Very good. So if I have this rectangle, and I have this side is 3 inches, and this side is 3/4 inches, what do I need to do next? Multiply. But what do I have to do to my 3? Put 3 over 1. Any whole number, we always put it over a 1 because we know that our line right there tells us that that's a division line. And if you divide any number by 1, it's just the number you start with. So now we can multiply. What's 3 times 3? 9. 4 times 1? 4. Excuse me. All right, so can I leave it like this? No. Because what is this? An improper fraction. 9 divided, how many times will 4 go into 9? 2 times with 1/4 left over. Everybody remember that. Do we have any questions about that today? All right, so now what we're going to start our new lesson for today, and what we're going to be working with, by the time we get through with this lesson, we will be able to multiply mixed numbers, okay? All right, first thing on your interactive math notebook at the top, I want you to write the letters MAD. We've talked about being mad and making it mad, but we're going to do it one more time. Okay, what is the M? What does M stand for?
Multiply.
What does the A stand for?
Add.
And the D?
Denominator.
Denominator. Very good. Oops, I put an N. Hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. Let me erase that and fix that. All right. Sorry, street's crazy. All right, here we go. So we're going to say denominator. So what we're going to do is in front of you, I've given you a few practice problems. We are working these in our interactive math notebook, okay? So you can have them to look at tonight. Our first problem is 1 3/4 times what?
2 1/2.
2 1/2. Okay, right now the way this is there any way that I can multiply this? Looking at it right now. No, because step 1, make the mixed number. If I'm writing, who's writing?
We are.
That's right. Make the mixed number mad. Oops. Okay, that is your first step. Whenever you are multiplying mixed numbers, you have to make it mad first. Okay, I need you to copy what I'm putting on the board, okay? All right, so make it mad. Okay, is everybody with me? So let's go ahead. I'm going to move this up a little bit so I can have a little bit more room. And we're going to make it mad. So we're going to say 1 times 4. What's 1 times 4? Let's put our little multiplication sign there. And put our addition sign right there. Okay? Same thing here. Multiplication, addition. Okay? We're making it mad. We're going to first multiply. What's 4 times 1?
4.
Plus 3. 7. So we have 7/4. Let's mark that out. Why are we marking it out?
It's gone.
It's gone. It no longer exists because now we have 7/4 in its place. All right, now I'm going to say times. What's 2 times 2?
4.
Plus 1 is 5 over 2. Mark out 2 1/2 because it is gone. We no longer have that number. Okay, everybody with me? All right, now we need to look to see if we can cancel out or cross out. Do we have anything that we can cancel out? No, because 7 and 2 does not have a factor in common, and 4 and 5 does not have a factor in common. So so let's put this right here, number 2. Okay, everybody with me? Let's cross out any numbers that have a factor. A factor. No. So we're going to cross out any numbers that have a factor in common. We don't have a factor in common. I have told y'all, though, that if you feel more comfortable just multiplying it out without crossing out, you can skip step number 2. But Miss Street likes step number 2, so that's the reason I'm writing it up there. Okay, we do not have anything in common, right? There's nothing we can do here to make it easier. So now we are just going to step number 3. What are we going to do? Just multiply. Just multiply, okay? What's 7 times 5?
35.
35. What's 4 times 2? 8. Very good. But am I finished?
No.
No, I have to simplify this. And the way we're going to simplify this one is what? Divide. So I'm just going to put simplify. I'm going to simplify. And I'm going to say 35 divided by 8. What is 35? Let's work it out. Let's put 35 divided by 8. Can 8 go into 3? No. Can 8 go into 35?
Yes.
How many times?
4.
4. 4 times 8 is
32.
32. Excellent. 5 minus 2 is
3.
3. And our new answer is 4 3/8. Let's circle that. So we know that's our final answer, okay? Now, we're going to work another one together as a group, and then as a whole group, and then I'm going to let you work some with your tables. But the first thing, no matter what, when you are multiplying or dividing a mixed number, what do you have to make it? Mad. You have to make it an improper fraction. You make it mad. That is the very, 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 very first step you do, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and let's look at another one together. If you have a question, you'll know to stop me, raise your hand, say, hey, Miss Street, whatever, and I will slow down. All right, let's look at number 5 together. I'm going to look at number 5 together. I know I'm skipping around, but go ahead and look at number 5. Let's write that one down. We have 2 1/2 times 10. 2 1/2 times 10. All right. Well, I have a whole number and I have a mixed number on this problem. So what do I need to look at to decide? What do I need to do first?
Put your 10 over 1.
Okay, somebody said put 10 over 1. We can do that first. What else do we need to do?
Make the mix multiply.
Make it mad. Let's go ahead and put our little signs. We're going to multiply and add, okay? And let's draw us a little arrow so we know what we're doing. What's 2 times 2?
4.
Plus 1?
5.
5. So this becomes 5 halves. Exit out because it's gone. We're not going to use it anymore. Times 10 over 1. Okay, now we have a simple multiplication problem here, okay? First things first, what do we need to look at to see if we can find something that can be what? Crossed out. See if we have a factor in common. Well, 5 and 1 does not have a factor in common, right? It's not going to help me. 1 is the only factor. And if I divide 5 by 1, I'm still going to get what? 5. All right. 10 and 2. How about 10 and 2? Can I divide those out? Yes. I can mark out my 10, mark out my 2. What can I divide both of those by? 2. Very good. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 10 divided by 2 is 5. Excellent. Now what do I simply have to do? Multiply. What is 5 times 5? 25. What's 1 times 1? 1. Can I leave it like this? No. But what is my answer going to be? 25, because any number over 1 is just that numerator. All right. let's look at one more together, and then I want you to go into, we're going to do these with our table. Yes, sir?
Wouldn't you divide 2 into 50? Wouldn't you get 25?
Yes. Yes, if you didn't cross out your numbers, you're exactly right. If you don't like using the crossing out method, the cancellation method, if you had said 2 times 25 and gotten 50, and then 2 times 1 and gotten 2, you would still get 25 as your answer. So either way, it works, okay? One just saves you a little time in the beginning. I mean, at the end, and one saves, you just whichever way you feel comfortable with is how I want you to do it. All right, next question. Let's take a look at... Let's look at number 6 together. We have 1 2 thirds times 1/5. Okay? All right, what's my first step? What have I got to make it? Mad. Let's make it mad. Let's go ahead and put in our little addition sign, our multiplication and addition signs. All right, so now we're ready to make it mad. What's 3 times 1?
3.
Plus 2? 5 over what? 3. Exit out. It's gone. We don't have it anymore. Times 1/5. All right. Now, what do we look at to see if we have? Numbers that have what in common? A factor. That have a factor in common. Well, how about 5 and 5? Yes, because they're the same answers, the same number. So we can mark out 5, make it a 1. Mark out 5, make it a 1. Right? Because we divided both numbers by what? We divided both numbers by 5. Very good. All right. What's 1 times 1?
1.
3 times 1? 3. We got 1/3. Okay, what I'm wanting you to do now is you're going to take a look at number 2. I'm going to be walking around the room if you need help, but I want you to work number 2 as a table. You can work it individually first, but then check your table and see if anybody does not have the same number, the answer you have, and if you need some help, raise your hand. I'll come to you. Our next problem that you worked, what number did I say you worked? 2. All right, let me move this out of my way, and I'll get us some. All right, here we go. So we're going to say our problem is 1 1/5 times 1 2 thirds. Correct? Everybody with me? Okay. All right, what is my first step? What do I do? Make it mad. Okay, before we make it mad, if you did not do this on your paper, I want you to. I want you to put your multiplication sign, your addition sign. Multiplication, addition, and draw that arrow so we know where we start, okay? All right, so I'm going to say 5 times 1. What's 5 times 1?
5.
Plus 1 is 6. Very good. So we're going to say 6/5. All right, what do I do with my 1 1/5? Mark it out. It no longer exists. I'm going to put my multiplication sign. I'm going to say 3 times 1. What is 3 times 1? 3. Plus 2 is 5. So I have 5 over 3. Okay, who got to this point? Let me see some hands. Excellent. Okay, good job. All right, so let's mark this one out. It no longer exists. All right, here you could have said 6 times 5 and got 30 over 5 times 3, which would equal 15. You could have done it that way. That's fine if you did it that way. I'm going to choose to cross out just because it makes life a little easier for me. So I'm going to mark out my 6 and mark out my 3. Why did I mark those two numbers out? 3 can go into both of them. Excellent. So 3 divided by 3 is going to be 1. 6 divided by 3 is going to be 2. Why did I mark them out? They're gone. They no longer exist. Okay, now I'm going to mark out, I have 5 and 5, which is the same exact number, so we know they have a factor in common, which is 5. 5 divided by 5 is 1. 5 divided by 5 is 1. All right, now we're ready to just simply multiply. They're much smaller numbers when you cross out first. What's 2 times 1?
2.
1 times 1 is 1. Can I leave it like this?
No.
I have to say 2 divided by 1, which is going to give me 2. Okay, who got 2 on that one? All right, let's go back and work it 2. I'm going to work it without crossing it out. So let's go up right here. And I'm going to work this without crossing it out because some of you I know are using the just multiplying and you're not comfortable with crossing out, and that's fine. That's okay. That's fine. The 5s, that's okay. I'm not going to cross out anything right now. I'm just going to multiply it and work it out without crossing out anything. What's 6 times 5?
30.
30. Very good. Okay. What's 5 times 3?
15.
15. 30 divided by 15 would give me what? 2. Did I still get the same answer? Yes. Okay. Now, let's try it. Let's do it Jacob's way, the way Jacob said he did it. He said he did not cross out the 6 and the 3, but he crossed out the 5s and made them 1s. Okay, let's see if we still get the same answer. What's 6 times 1?
6.
3 times 1?
3.
6 divided by 3 equals what?
2.
2. So could we still get the same answer?
Yeah.
You know, I tell y'all that there are about 4 ways that I can get to my house from New Albany. And I can go one way by Stokes. I can go through the country and go another way. I can go through Ripley and take 2 separate roads in Ripley and still get out to my house. What's the most important thing that I do? That I get home at the end of the day. And that's the way when you're working these math problems, I don't mind which way you do it as long as you can get home, okay? As long as you can get that answer. If it helps you to cross out, cross out. If it doesn't help you to cross out, don't cross out. Whichever way works best for you is what I want you to do. Okay, I want you to take a look now at number 4. Go ahead and work number 4 in your groups. I'm available. I'm coming around. If you need me, raise your hand. Alrighty, so our next problem that you just worked, let's take a look at it and see how we did. We had 1 2/5. Is that right, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
1 2/5 times what?
2 1/4.
Wake up. 2 1/4. Very good. Okay, can I start like it is right now? No. What have I got to do? I have got to make it mad. So I'm going to multiply, add, and bring them down. What's 5 times 1? 5 plus 2 is 7. I have 7/5 times, what's 4 times 2? Plus 1? 9/4. Excellent. What's 9 times 7? 63. 5 times 4? 20. I'm sorry, I didn't say this, but there was nothing I could cross out. There was no factors in common, so I just had to multiply it straight out. Well, now I have 63 over 20. But can I leave it like that?
No.
I have to divide it out. I have to say 63 divided by 20. Can 20 go into 6?
No.
6. No. Can 20 go into 63?
Yes.
How many times? 3 times. 3 times 20 is 60. Subtract. We have a 3. What do I do with that 3? Bring it up and put it over 20. Because remember, we no longer say remainder 3. We have to make it a fraction. Who got that one right? Let me see your hands. Yay. Good job. We all got it right. Okay, wonderful. Okay, what you're going to do now is we are going to finish working this sheet together. I need you to do number 2, number 6, number 7, and number 8. You're going to work it with your tables. I'm available. If you need me, I will be walking around. No, we're still working on reteach side. We're going to finish reteach side together, so you'll have it to look at tonight.
So 3, 7, and 8.
Have we worked 6 already?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, 3, 7, and 8. Yes, go ahead and get those started. Everybody just work number 3 and then stop. And I'll come around and check with y'all as you need help. So number 3, let's take a look at number 3. All right. Number 3 says, I need somebody to read me the problem, please.
2 times 2 and 1/4.
Hold on. Okay, we have 2
Times 2 and 1/4.
times 2 and 1/4. So we have a whole number times 2 and 1/4. Very good. There is no way that I can multiply this like this. So what do I need to do first? Okay, I need to put my 2 over 1, and then I need to make this number mad. Very good. Make sure you put your symbols and your arrows so you know what you're doing. 4 times 2 is what, everybody?
8.
8. Plus 1 is 9. All right. Can we cross out anything?
No.
Yes, we can. We have a 2 and we have a 4, and we know those numbers are what kind of numbers? Even numbers. And no matter what, an even number can always be divided by what?
2.
2. So I'm going to say 2 divided by 2 and get what? 1. 4 divided by 2 and get 2. Very good. Now, I have 1 times 9. What's 1 times 9? 9. 2 times 1? 2. But can I leave it like this? Because what is this? Improper fraction. Excellent. In the Miss Street's class, are we ever improper? No. We're always proper. 2, we're going to say 9 divided by 2. 2 into 9 will go how many times? 4. 4 times 2 is 8. Subtract. You had a 1. We brought our 1 up and over our divisor, and we have 4 1/2. Okay, let's go ahead. It is in the lowest terms. It cannot be simplified any further. But let's work this without crossing anything out. What's 2 times 9?
18.
Hold on. 18. 4 times 1 is 4. All right, let's divide it out because some of you didn't cross out, and that's okay. But let's see if we can get the same answer. 18 divided by 4 is going to be what, guys? Hello? 4. Excellent. 4 times 4 is 16. Subtract. We get 2 4s. But we have to do what?
Simplify.
Excellent. I'm trying to erase. Let me erase this to get this out of the way. We have to simplify it. You're exactly right. So we have 2 4s. Well, we can't leave it like that. We need to simplify it. What can I divide 2 and 4 both by?
2.
2. So if I said 2 divided by 2 and 4 divided by 2, I'm going to get 4 1/2. I still got the same answer. It just took me a little bit longer to do it that way. So either way, this works for you as the one I want you to use, okay? All right, so let's take a look at number 7. Go ahead and work number 7.